was 5.
Not every day, every year.
I mean, Beetlejuice. Sorry, my bad.
We're live. Back with another episode of Kangz Council, episode 23. The podcast that is drive rushing to bring you the hottest gaming news. Getting straight to the intros. We got the homie Despair, who is looking into design costs for Gorilla AI design couch.
What the heck?
You got the homie that is ready to scoop up any incoming raging demons. Follow your dreams.
Oh, yes, I'm coming.
The homie who is frowning upon all gooners for the COD Gundam skins, Cosmic Kaiser.
Oh my god.
Dirty, disgusting mouth breathers. I can't believe it came down to this. So I'll tell people, I will catch a bullet with my bare hands.
Catch a bullet.
All right, let me not play Zelda while we're recording.
And yours truly, I was waiting to schedule my holiday plans, but now I get to plan to watch the Craven movie over and over again. Let's get straight away into it. New releases, little different format this week. We got a lot of things to go through, but new releases, it's Akuma week. Also, the release of a new patch for Street Fighter 6 new season. For now, it is a bunch of balance changes. When does Capcom Pro Tour start? I don't know. It's going to start eventually. But right now, everyone's hyped about it. Akuma is out. Brand new to the game. It's a mainstay character, Akuma. He's sick. Sick designs. Love everything about him so far. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's an incredible time. I think if there was any character that you were going to reinvent the game with, it would be Akuma. Akuma is just kind of like one of those characters, not just in Street Fighter, but in just fighting game history. That's just kind of a big deal. You know, like if you put Akuma in the game, everyone's going to buy him. He's one of the most popular characters in any series, including Tekken. And, it's just, I understand people wanted Akuma in the very beginning. There was a lot of drama regarding that because, they wanted Akuma, right? Yeah, no, there was a lot of drama because people were like, well, why do I gotta wait forever to play, like, a bunch of random people until get to Akuma? But I honestly think Capcom made the right move with this to use him to kickstart season 2. And then not like, especially now that we don't know anything about the leaks. So we don't know anything that's kind of going forward. Obviously, there's, suspicions or whatever. But, but it wasn't like before where like the whole list was just like, all right, guys, you guys know the whole roster. It's not that kind of situation. So, yeah, he's sick. He's good. He's nice to use. And then also kickstarting that with a whole balance change. It feels like a fresh new game. They got a whole new Battle Hub raid boss thing with like Shin Akuma. They released finally, which should have, I'm not going to give them credit for this because they should have did this on release a year ago, but they finally got jukebox options so you could buy music packs from your favorite, Street Fighter series and then attach them to the character music. So yeah, no, a lot of things are done. I'm pretty sure there's some more tour shit, but I didn't look into it too hard. But yeah, it's a whole new game. People are excited about it. People are back. The servers are full, and yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time, especially when people have been waiting for a balance patch forever. Like they took the longest. Yeah. It was like a year basically for any major things to be changed. And I don't know. For me, I feel like a year is too long. But also, I would like something a little in between for future things. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And, obviously, I think probably we'll get an announcement on probably season 2 characters June or something like that. Seeing who, I don't know if they're going to release the whole list or just one at a time. Who knows? But it's a cool time. It's a cool time to get back in the game, too. Because, it adds a little bit of new mechanics. All these new people are going to be trying Akuma. So if you're more on the casual later, all those casuals are playing Akuma right now. And then they're going to switch off when they realize he has the lowest health in the game. And he dies in 2 hits. But, have fun. Have fun with him. And then, yeah. What do you guys think?
Akuma's one of those characters where it's like, I don't know. Whoever was complaining about, oh man, why we gotta wait for Akuma? You know exactly why you gotta wait for Akuma, because it's Akuma, bruh. Like, hello? Like, that's why, like you said, like, that's, I didn't see them doing it any other way. Because he's definitely the most hype character in Street Fighter. Like, I don't think there's any other character that they could announce that's going to generate as much, like, hype and interest as Akuma, right? So why wouldn't they wait? And he's the last character of the season, right? So,
exactly.
like, come on, bro. What way to, like, rejuvenate the game right before, like, a year later? Right before the balance shit, with all the balance shit, like, come on, man. I don't know who was complaining about that. That made sense to me. Because it wouldn't have felt the same if, like, they announced, if they released, like, Ed last, or fucking like, I mean, Aki would have been okay because she's new, right? But if they had announced, like, Rashid or something last, it would have been like, okay.
Guaranteed there'd be some articles talking about, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That'd be my timeline. Time to get off the game.
Right.
Yeah, right? Like, it's like, oh, it's a year now, so Rashid, see ya. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but Akuma's that influential as a character because he's probably one of the very few characters that has crossed over into many different franchises. And
yeah, we all know who Akuma is. Everybody knows
Akuma.
It's
just he's a big deal. He's gonna sell the most. Everyone's gonna buy him. Whoever owns this game is probably, even if they didn't buy the DLC, they're gonna buy him. It's just he's just a must-have. So. It's the same thing like, how come Sakura isn't part of the main roster? Because Capcom knows y'all motherfuckers like Sakura, and they're gonna make you guys pay money. Honestly, I'm surprised they even released Cammy in the main roster, because it would have been the same shit for Cammy.
I was thinking the same thing.
But I guess Capcom was like, you know what, we'll give them something.
Yeah.
Gotta release some waifus and save others.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it, right? Those were like unlockable characters back in the day, right? So it's like, of course they're gonna be, they're gonna charge you for those motherfuckers. Now, sorry, it's just the way it is now. Like,
different strategies, yeah.
They gotta pick and choose who they want to be in the base roster and then charge you for the rest. I just remember, I always think about, whenever I think about Akuma, I think about like Street Fighter 2 and then like Street Fighter 4, right? Where me personally, I didn't know, because I didn't follow Street Fighter 4 like the news cycle before it came out, because I don't know if anything leaked or whatever. I'm sure everybody knew who was in the game before it came out, right? But I didn't know anything. So I remember going through all that shit and unlocking the characters, and I saw Akuma there. I was like, oh shit! Like, that shit was, I saw Akuma, I saw Gen, I was like, huh? Like, I think Cammy was unlockable too, right? Like, I don't remember, but that shit was dope. And then part of me is like, I wish we could have moments like that again. But then I remember when Smash Ultimate came out and they made you unlock the characters, and I was like, yeah, I don't want that again. Never mind. I just want to get straight to playing. Like,
well, especially like when you're younger, it's such a cool thing. But when you're older, you're like, bro, come on.
Patience. I don't want that shit. I'm good. Like,
it's like, or at least give me the option, bro. Pay me $1 and unlock them. I'm fine. I'll put in that $1.
Because as a kid, I remember, wasn't Akuma, you couldn't even see him on the screen. Like, you just had to like go up on the character select screen. He was just happened to be there. Like, you didn't even see the icon on the screen.
Oh, it depends on the game. Yeah,
it's like that. I don't know which one I played, but I just remember like I went up on the thing. There was no like slot for him. He was just there. Like,
probably X-Men versus Street Fighter.
It was like that in a lot of games too. Yeah.
Nah, it was one of the Street Fighter
2 Turbo.
Street Fighter Third Strike. I mean, not Third Strike. Second Impact.
Yeah,
Second Impact. Second Impact. I think he has.
Yeah, that shit was dope. But
yeah.
Iconic character. I'll probably mess around with him when I get back to that game. I haven't been fucking playing fighting games at all.
Yeah, but I gotta commend Capcom for this though. The planning was is on point. Like, you can't really balance a game too much when you have a year-long tournament series going on, because it really changes the landscape of the game. So I think it shows how well balanced the game is, that they didn't have to do too much balance-wise over the course of the year. They just kind of have to tone down. Yeah, that was the most
balanced fighting game that ever come out, I feel like.
Yeah, they have to tone down
for a vanilla version.
Yeah, absolutely.
They only toned down like a couple of things that were unintended. Like, I think like Rashid's outrageous like level 2 super that was like, it was bugged, something like that. Like, things like that. Yeah. Those were the only things that they really like changed over the course of the year. So it's nice. It's a whole refresh of the game. It feels like the game's come out like almost a year ago now. It's like 11 months. to the day, right? And drop a new character that everyone's super interested in. And then you got the new balance patch. So it feels like a fresh new game, basically, and is bringing everybody back again for a new year. It's super smart. I think so. Yeah. Kudos to Capcom. And then next thing that's coming out, we got Ghosts of Tsushima PC port. That also released this week. And that is doing very well. We don't have to talk about it, but it's doing very well.
Like, expected, as expected. The game's great. I think that obviously Bloodborne is. Let's not talk about that anymore. But aside from that, I think this is the most requested PC port from all the PlayStation exclusives. So it makes sense that it's doing well. Like that's all you ever see in the whenever they like put a game on Steam. Where's Ghost of Tsushima port? Where's the port? When Spider-Man came out, where's Ghost of Tsushima? God of War came out, where's Ghost of Tsushima? Every single one. That's all you saw. So I'm glad it's finally out. The port's great. It looks fucking great.
Oh, look, it's amazing. It
runs great.
It's literally visual porn. It runs great. It plays great. It's everything I remembered it to be, but like I never played it in 4K before, so playing it in 4K. So if you never got into the series, I mean, there isn't a perfect time to jump in and enjoy, because it's a really nice fun game, and like especially if you're into like Japanese culture or samurai, because I remember like the year this came out, we were all like, man, I want some samurai thing, because you never get anything like that. So so it's definitely a welcome game, and if anything, this just proves to Sony that hey, stop with this bullshit and release shit on PC quicker, and you'll make money. I don't know how else to put it, man. Stop cucking me and give me my Spider-Man 2. Stop cucking me and just give me my stuff. Just give me my stuff. Let me play how I want to play.
Yeah, anyway. I don't. Yeah, that's not gonna happen for their big AAAs.
I know, but let me vent.
Not gonna happen, bro.
Best selling PlayStation single player PC port to date. And yeah, it goes without saying.
Well deserved, good.
Yeah, well
deserved. It's the best one.
It performs. I think it performs the best on launch as well for PC. Usually, PC ports kind of have a little bit of jank on them, but
I don't know. The majority of the Sony
problems.
ports. Yeah, the majority of the Sony ports have been good at launch. I don't think there's really been any issues.
Some of them have had like some minor issues. I know like only The Last of Us was the one that was really bad. That was super
that's
jank.
The only one I could think of. Yeah.
I know Days Gone had a couple of jank things about it.
I forgot about that game.
Yeah, and I think the initial Horizon was also jank on launch for PC.
It wasn't jank. It was just.
It had performance issues. It had like some little like.
The game was just hard to run.
Yeah. But
the only thing that I noticed from this version was that apparently if you remove the PlayStation overlay, the game runs even better, which is not surprising to me.
Well, good, because I wasn't playing with the overlay anyway.
but honestly, if you have a decent graphics card, you can turn on frame generation. You're good even with it. But yeah, if you want to be a nerd and turn it off, there's a way to turn it off, and then you're good. So, but yeah, it does suck that the overlay does take up performance. But honestly, it's like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Third-party shit always seems to drag performance down all the time. So.
Typical. Yeah.
Typical third party. Hopefully that doesn't become a trend in the future. But
it already is.
It's already
starting.
Who are you telling, man? Shit's already like on the way down.
Yeah.
Shit.
We got EA, Ubisoft, Epic, 2K. We had Bethesda, rest in peace.
We had the Bethesda launch. Yeah,
BattleNet. Damn, it's too many. What the fuck?
Too many. PlayStation
Sony,
is definitely gonna be adding one, but yeah.
Look, if the cost of me is them releasing it, so they release the games quicker, sign me up.
Do what you got to do. I don't care.
I don't care that much.
Necessary evil. As long as the game is not running like crap, whatever.
Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like that's the case, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad though, man, because this is one of my favorite games from last gen, right? Like this game came out, I think I was streaming at the time. This game came out when I had just finished like my 80th playthrough of Sekiro, right? And I was like, man, I need something along these lines again. And then this shit came out. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed.
I mean, this also came out during your playthrough of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
And I remember you were salty and the boulder fell on you and you switched to this game immediately.
Wow.
One of the funniest moments of my life.
That's crazy. I forgot about that. Oh yeah,
I don't forget.
I rage quit right on the.
I got the clip.
I rage quit right on the fucking Ghosts of Tsushima. Yep.
Yeah.
This game saved me.
Switch straight back to it. It was the instant.
Game saved me from Dark Souls 2.
Instant input switch.
Yep.
But honestly, this game is beautiful. It's just beautiful to look at. Like, even if you don't play the game, it's just like, man, the graphical fidelity it was able to achieve.
Authenticity is what I like.
Yeah,
even the ability to play that shit, and I forgot what the mode is called, but you know, the black and white with the little film mode or whatever.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called. That shit is dope.
The fucking Kurosawa fucking shit.
Yeah, that's sick. Supposedly they're announcing a sequel, rumored to announce a sequel in the next month. So I'm hoping that's true, because this game, out of all their games, this one deserves it. Because you got to think about it, right? This is a new IP. This isn't a sequel. This isn't a remake. This is a brand new IP. So they really need to like do something with this instead of making. I'm gonna piss people off. Instead of making God of War 8, fucking you know what I'm saying? You know, Last of Us 3. Obviously Last of Us 3. We know people want that, but they took a risk on this, and it paid off. Like I don't know what Naughty Dog fans want. Naughty Dog fans only want two things: Nathan Drake. And
they don't even want Nathan Drake anymore, bro.
True, you're right.
They want just The Last of Us.
True. So whatever. That's a different audience. I don't even feel like Last of Us is considered like gaming anymore. That's just like a different thing.
Yeah, it's another entertainment thing of itself.
Yeah. So I just hope that they realize what they have on their hands and just, you know, make a sequel to it. Even you know what I forgot about, bruh? The multiplayer. I forgot how crazy the multiplayer was. Like, man,
multiplayer's hype. Me and Freak played it. It was a lot of fun.
They have a lot of shit that they need to.
I played a bit of it with you guys too. When I saw the PS4 version, I think.
Capitalize off of this game. Clearly, people want more of it.
Want to see more. Hopefully,
and this is the perfect time to announce a sequel because it's generating hype again with the PC release. So this is the perfect time to announce it. Hopefully,
I think they're going to announce it in Summer Jam. I think the Summer Game Fest they're announcing it. There's no, I mean. Whatever whatever it is, bro. The Game Awards Summer Edition, bro.
Yeah. What the fuck is it? Summer Games Fest.
Summer Game Fest, yeah.
Whatever. You guys, everyone knows what I'm talking about.
It should be called Summer Jam. Fuck us.
It should just
Summer Games Fest.
Summer Jam.
Oh, that's just Summer Jam.
Too much confusion. But on the news of sequels, we got Hellblade 2 dropped this week as well. And
I feel like a shadow dropped. Like there wasn't like any kind of like
because they don't market it. They didn't market it.
Like, we talked
They spent
about
5 years on the game. Didn't market it. Like apparently the game is like 5 hours long. So my thing is, right? It took you 5 years to make a 5 hour long game. So that means all of your money and investment went into the graphics and the engine and all that shit.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Unreal Engine 5, right?
I'm maybe. I honestly have no idea. But my thing is. It took 5 years for this game to come out. Barely any marketing, right? Clearly, the budget is high just looking at the game. Or maybe it wasn't because it's a short game. So maybe, I don't know. But 5 hours long to me is a little weird. Like, what?
Well, it is a little weird, right? Like, but I'm thinking about it like, the development time is the one thing where it's just like, man, why did this take so long? I mean, the game looks fantastic. It's probably going to win a lot of like best looking games this year. Absolutely. And it's a short,
the order,
it's a short
whatever it
experience.
was, one best looking game of whatever. And that game sucked. So what was that shit? I don't remember. 1886 or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, the Order 1886. I never played it. I kind of want to. This game I haven't played. I haven't played the first one. I've heard good things.
I haven't
about
played
it.
the first one.
Good.
First one's good.
It's short. It's good. I heard. Oh well, not that I heard. This game is also like it's listed at like a $50 price tag. It's not a full price game. And with that being said, with the length of it, I think it's kind of right. think I wouldn't pay $70 for it, but it's also on the Game Pass, so people don't have to pay anything for it. Really,
yeah, but that's the only saving grace is that it's on Game Pass, and I don't think that's a good saving grace.
No,
like we're justifying it being 5 hours because it's on Game Pass. I don't know.
No. I don't think I'm justifying it being 5 hours because it's on the Game Pass. I think it's just more so like it's easier.
No, I'm not saying you are. I feel like that went into it. Right? I feel like that went into the I think that thought went into it. American was like, 5 hours, it's okay. It's on Game Pass. They won't mind. Like,
I'm conflicted, right? Because there's a part of me that's like, when I say like, hey man, I don't need to play a 50-hour game to get my money's worth.
That doesn't mean that I want a fucking 5-hour game.
But no. But I will see. But I will say I do struggle with this one in particular because, obviously I haven't played it yet, but it seems like it's 80% cutscenes and then like
go watch a movie.
Like 15% game. And then to me, I feel like for all this effort that they're making, they could have just made like an animated movie. You know what I mean? Versus like a game. Because most of the reviews that say is like the gameplay is the afterthought to like the the performance. Which is, I mean, we all figured it was gonna be that, but at least from what I heard, the first one, like even though it was that,
the gameplay was good in the first game.
The gameplay was good enough where it was kind of passable. Like it was more of a balance between game and story movie. And here they went too much in the movie performance, the spectacle of it versus like, what do we actually have to play as gamers?
With what little I've played of the first Hellblade, it's definitely more. I think they even like early on when Ninja Theory was talking about it, they were trying to sell the game more as a very particular experience because of like what they were focusing on presenting the main characters. I guess the representation of her internal psychoses and all that.
Yeah.
So everything. So
yeah, but they even blended that into the gameplay though for the majority of the game. So yeah, I don't know.
From what I'm hearing, the gameplay took a back seat in this one as opposed to the first one.
In the first game, to me.
Yeah. And this one is more tilted in the other direction of more of like a spectacle as opposed to like a gameplay experience, right? Yeah. I mean,
yes, I'm looking at the not speed run times, the completion times on average.
5 hours.
Apparently,
5 hours.
If we go to like howlongtobeat.com, no shoutouts, whatever. See, the first game, according to this main story alone, 7.5 hours. Full completion is around like 9 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas Hellblade 2, we're looking at maybe shaving off like half an hour for full completionist run with everything and side quests. So it's not too different if the information is.
I don't know. If I can pull up YouTube and a full playthrough of the game shows 5 hours, I might as well just watch that.
Yeah.
Like.
I think it just like it depends on what you want.
Obviously, I'd want to play the game, but like it kind of turns me off a little bit. Yeah. When I see full playthrough 5 hours, do I want to spend money on that? But yeah, it's on Game Pass. But think about it, we can't use that. We can't say that because then what if that's the excuse they make for every other game that they make moving forward? Let's lower the. I don't want to say quality because the quality is there. The game looks great, right? Yeah. The game looks like a good game. But I don't want that to be an excuse for like cutting corners because it's gonna be on Game Pass. They're all gonna play it on Game Pass. Let's cut a few corners and fucking just put it out. I don't know. Because 5 year development, that's the only thing that's making me feel weird. It's like they announced this game a long ass time ago. It feels more than 5 years. It feels like it's been longer than 5 years. They announced this game.
I just feel like this was a game that they really just wanted it to be a movie. And I would have been more okay with them just turning it into a movie and probably would have cost less in game development. You know what I mean?
In terms Theory isn't really known for their gameplay. They're known for their storytelling. So that's not too far off to think that maybe they just wanted to just flex their dick and make a movie, a more cinematic thing.
I mean, I'm just, I'm just saying, because I do know that they're a pretty small studio. They only have like 80 people working there, so maybe that's why
I wish they didn't get bought out, man.
Do whatever, but
I really do.
Yeah, man. It's not really looking good for them sales wise or like attention wise. It was pretty much what we predicted, even before how we knew how the game was going to play. It does, it does looking like it's.
When there's something funny. So when the embargo lifted, right, and I saw the reviews and I saw the length of the game and people complaining, and I was like, well, they're on the chopping block. I wonder what Microsoft's gonna do about them. What if they're gonna get let go?
Well, apparently there was a report that dropped that that apparently they're guaranteed they're safe, but I don't believe it.
I saw that. We'll see. I saw that too, but we'll see.
Well,
Anytime I see
they already got them working on the next project,
it's already starting to look like when a game launches and it's polarized, and you have half people saying it's good, half people saying it's meh, 5-hour long game, whatever, everybody complaining. I don't know, man. In this climate, we'll see. 50-50.
Yeah, I just think if you're a studio, you're
gonna let them go, but then you're gonna let them stay, but let go of my fucking hi-fi rush, huh? All right, motherfuckers.
I think you got to decide whether you want to be a game studio or an animation studio. If you want to be an animation studio and tell stories, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think the days of doing a game that's a movie is kind of, people want to play. You know, like, what am I playing?
Yeah, and y'all have heard me say
obviously there's a balance to this shit, right? I mean, this is not the only, Last of Us does this. I mean, there's a lot of games that are like this, and this is probably a representation of games in probably the past 5 years, of how they play and interact, and like this is what society conceives as quality. That's a page out of Sony's book,
to be honest.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's just or if you're gonna have this, it just needs to come out quicker. So maybe, not have 80 people work on 5 years for a game like this. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the right solution is, but
I think one of the best ways I heard it described, I guess, would be typically this is like a single player, more of like, instead of a game, it's more of like a single player experience, which you typically see on the indie scene. Right, and I think that's the kind of disconnect where it's like, this is a AAA title. This is the first time like where a AAA title is doing that. It's like a single player immersive experience as opposed to like.
And I'm okay with that. Like, I love stuff like that.
And when I put it that way, I thought it was. I was like, that's an interesting.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's just, why didn't this game? I don't know. First of all, there's no marketing for this game. It took forever to make.
Yeah. And
it's like, I don't know. There's a certain point where you announce a game, I get excited, and then when I don't see it for a long time, I stop caring. Like when they first announced this, I was like, oh, I think I had just finished the first game like a couple years before they announced this one, and I was like, oh shit, I'm on board. Great, this looks dope. And then 1 year passes, I'm like, okay, they don't say anything. All right. 2 years, 3 years, I'm like, okay. 5 years, I'm like, all right, I do not care anymore. And they didn't market it. They didn't bring me back. They didn't make me care about this game again enough to look the other way and say, oh, it's just 5 hours. Oh, whatever. Oh, it's on Game Pass. Oh, whatever. But like I said, this does strike me as like, oh, game you just play it on Game Pass, finish it in 5 hours, and say, oh, well, I played it on Game Pass. Well worth the what? The $10 or whatever it is.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what I plan on doing. But moving on to the next segment, we got some significant rumor table going on here, starting off with Microsoft wanting to purchase Valve.
Hell no.
that just dropped. I think it was yesterday. There was the rumor, rumors that they're putting in offers to try and purchase Valve. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Gaben
for
is standing
16
strong.
billion, right? That's the number that they're putting.
Is a fairly large offer.
But I still think I don't think that's the right number. I honestly think it's more.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's 100% not going to happen. And if it does, we're all fucked. But it's not gonna happen.
It's literally the worst case scenario. Like if you're a gamer, you do not want this scenario to happen ever. You know what I mean? Like so. No matter what, it's just bad news. It's just bad news.
Isn't Valve like privately owned? That's just it's just Gabe Newell, right? It's a privately owned company. There's no. I don't know, bro. That don't make no sense. Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yes, it is. It is a privately owned company.
Yes, it is privately owned. Gabe.
I give Valve more respect than that. They won't. They wouldn't do that. Microsoft just out here trying to bully the industry and just buy up everything. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
But like,
you don't need that shit.
Oh, so that's why they closed up Hi-Fi. God damn it, bro.
Like I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It's like I don't know what they're doing over in Microsoft, because like they're closing these studios and they're pretty much giving the perception that their gaming division is like not necessarily in trouble, because Microsoft is just this huge corporate giant that has bazillions of dollars, right? Like, so they're not in trouble if their gaming division doesn't do well, but their gaming division could be in trouble from getting the funding that they would need to continue, so to speak, right? Like, so like it's like we're getting those messages where it's like things still weren't looking well because the higher ups in Microsoft gaming weren't aware of what was happening with the whole disband and closing of all these studios that they acquired, and now all of a sudden there's a $16 billion offer for Valve. Like it's like it doesn't make sense, you know?
Listen, I'm sure there's been a billion offers to buy Steam or acquire Steam or whatever. I'm sure there's been plenty of those, and it's been fine for the past 2-3 decades or whatever. 2 decades, right? It's been almost 2 decades, but I don't see how this benefits Valve in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, we know how it benefits Microsoft, but I don't see how this benefits Valve at all for them to even consider doing this. Outside of just taking a one-time, but bruh, dude's already a billionaire.
True.
Hello.
Let me just add a little bit of this. So their annual gaming revenue in 2023 was estimated to be 8.56 billion, and that's down for over 10 billion in 2021. So they actually used to make more money in previous years. So that's in a year. That's not. So I don't know, man. I just why if I'm Valve, why would I do this?
Mm-hmm. If
like you already have control of the PC market. Not only are you in control of the PC market, but you're also in control of like you're like the Disney of like PC. Like no one wants to play any other shit on any other platform but on Steam if you're in PC related. Anytime any other like platform appears, like Epic or something like that, people are just like, when it's dropping on Steam. Like it just got that. I mean, for whatever reason, it just has that. And that's a rare thing. You don't want to let go of that.
Microsoft is just trying to fucking look. I 100% think this rumor is bullshit. I don't know where this came from, but I think it's BS. But think about it. Like Microsoft, they was word Microsoft was trying to buy Nintendo, trying to buy fucking all these juggernauts, right? We're not talking third party. We're talking like Nintendo, Valve, fucking all this, Ubisoft, all this other shit. Like, nah, bro, stop. Just if it happens, if that news comes out, I want to hear it from Phil Spencer or someone like that has their ear to the ground, like at Microsoft or something like that. Because I think this is a little too wild to even consider it being true. Like for 16 billion, bro, nah.
Yeah,
if you gonna buy Valve, you better triple that. The fuck?
That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, 16 billion is too low, especially when they make 8 billion in a year.
Already a billionaire. Yeah. He's already chilling. What he selling for? He's gonna keep making more money. Especially look at the climate consoles are in right now. I wouldn't even bother selling shit to fucking console manufacturers. Fuck nah. Like. I'm good. You got Sony fucking closing shit. You got Microsoft closing shit. The only one that's fucking thriving right now, well, quote unquote thriving right now is Nintendo. So what the fuck? There's nothing in this for Valve. So fuck that. Anybody saying this is a good thing, please show me evidence show me a reason why this would be good for anyone. Yeah,
because Microsoft took so good care of people they bought. You know, like. You know, I'm just calling it how it is. You know,
because there were a lot of people advocating for that. What, Microsoft having Steam on the Xbox or whatever, and I saw no examples of how that benefits me. Like I saw nothing. Like so. Please, because I don't know, bro. I don't see that happening. We just got fucking people throwing out money and figures all over the place, acting like they know what they're talking about. But that's Twitter.
Yeah. people seem to forget that Valve used to make video games and they stopped because of Steam. Well, I mean, not because of Steam, but like they were just like, why am I gonna make video games?
They didn't really stop, but yeah, they definitely didn't. They didn't start chasing that bag. I mean, they got a game coming out right now.
Definitely changed priorities, yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, they might have 10, 15 people, just wiping money out their ass, and then they're like, man, I don't have anything better to do. Hey, man, let's go make this side game on the side. But it's not. They
still gotta. They have like hundreds of thousands and like millions of people that still support their game. So yeah, they still have to drop a game every few years. Like they can't just be like, nah, we're not. I mean, actually, don't get me wrong. They definitely can say, yeah, we're never making a game ever again.
Yeah.
Of course they can. Yeah. But I don't think that's Gabe Newell though. I don't think that's like Steam. You know what I mean? I'd expect that from any other company but Steam. They can do it, but they won't.
But at the same time, they're not pressured to make a game. You know,
they're not at all. Like, yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, they're not. They don't have to make a game, but they still do, which shows you the credibility of Steam. Like Gabe Newell, like these people still care about shit, right? I don't know, because they got a fucking hero shooter coming out that looks dope. Fucking CS2 just came out last year. All right, they still doing shit. People were just mad because we don't have Left 4 Dead 3 and Half-Life 3. Whatever, it's over, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, those franchises are never coming back.
Maybe in the afterlife, but like, sorry, man.
I mean, how long were people waiting for Half-Life 3? I mean, did they even finish the episodic stuff? I don't know too much about Half-Life.
No,
I'm so out of it now.
But they never.
Half-Life Alyx was the last thing that they released.
After that, that shit was dope too. So clearly they still like. I don't know.
And then they released that game for the Steam Deck too. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. It's like the game that comes with the Steam Deck.
I like Valve making stuff that they put out a game when they feel like that game is needed. You know what I mean? Like they put out CS2 because everyone was asking, can they update CS? Because to be honest, CS2 is just the updated version of the original game. Like, because Valorant was popular and all that shit, right? So they were like, okay, all we have to do is just update this, make the graphics look prettier, and then boom, people will suck it up, and they did, right?
Yeah.
And now they
spent like what afternoon? They probably spent like 2 months just doing that, and they were just like,
they have a hero shooter coming out, which looks dope, which is going to be interesting because man, Overwatch is already fucking gasping for air.
Yeah, a little in trouble, bro. And then you have this and Marvel.
Shooter? Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah. So Marvel Rivals and this Valve fucking hero shooter are going to be going head to head. So we're going to see, man. I don't know. I hope they've got plans to go to war, bro.
I mean, look, if anything, this is just good for all of these companies all around because it's gonna make them competitive. They're gonna compete against each other. You know what I mean? Like
that doesn't always work in this category.
Well,
like
I feel like gamers win at the end of the day. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. I don't think
it doesn't always work like that when it comes to competitive games, bro. One game is gonna succeed and it's a wrap for the other one. That's how it goes.
We'll see.
Overwatch came out with 3 other fucking hero shooters and killed every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, speaking of games on the horizon, we got more potential rumors. We got rumors of RE9 being announced.
That's not even a rumor at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty much confirmed.
It's about time.
It's not confirmed yet.
It's about time, bro.
It's leaking. That's what's happening. I think
every time a Resident Evil leaks, it's right around the corner.
Will die.
Like, yeah, every time a Resident Evil leaks, it's literally right around the corner, and we get the announcement like the next month. So we know it's true because it's been a while. Like,
and I think there was a post that I found that like tracked like the announcement dates, and it always happens around June. So
it's about time.
It's about that time, and I'm looking forward to being Chris Redfield once again.
No, actually, early rumors is that the main character is Leon.
Good.
And he's older.
Whatever.
It's an older Leon.
That's perfect for me. I need that.
There are also potential rumors that they are multiple protagonists, so we might also be playing Chris.
So it'll probably be Leon and Chris. It'll probably be Leon and Chris.
You mean like every other Resident Evil game?
Great. I'm kind of digging that, right? Like, cool.
Yeah.
I need me some more.
I mean, to be honest, Chris will probably be in the game. I'm just gonna be 100 with you, even if Leon's in it. I don't give a shit. But because the thing is, they still got to follow that thread that they did in Village, where he was.
Oh yeah.
He was supposed to.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fucking investigate the What's the team that he's from?
BSAA.
Yeah, the BSAA, because they were like fucking. I'm sorry, spoilers, sorry, but it's been like 3 years. All right,
3 years.
Nobody gives a shit about Evan Winters
they got
anyway.
YouTube. They got YouTube.
Has it been longer than that? It's only been 3 years, really? Damn.
It's been about 3 years.
I'm surprised it's been that long.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a whole thread, and obviously there's the whole thread with the daughter or whatever. I don't know how they're gonna skip time, because Resident Evil tends to go by like current time. Like if they take them 5 years to make the game, then the game takes place like 5 years later, and that's not necessarily good for their characters, because Chris is getting up there in age. So
they're all getting up there.
Yeah,
hey,
bro.
nothing wrong with that. I'll take a seasoned vet. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
So Leon was in his 40s in this game?
Hey, I'll take that. People being in their 40s, still kicking and shooting.
No, but like Chris is like literally gonna be 50. The only one who could get away with this shit apparently is Jill, because apparently, I guess with the T virus, she ages slower. So
you tell me when you're 50, you ain't gonna be kicking and shooting? Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna be punching them boulders anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Shooting, but I'm gonna be in bed
not.
the whole day the next day though.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell you that.
They gonna pull it like Snake. They gonna be pulling like Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, my back.
The stress meter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a codec, some music to soothe my stress levels.
Right? You got.
Damn, I'm gonna have to take my pills. I'm gonna have to take my pills.
For real. Oh man, them green nerds gonna be putting in work.
All I'm saying is they could slow the timeline just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. They don't need to make it. Yeah. But I mean, if Leon's the main character, cool. But I just think it's a little. It's probably gonna be multiple protagonists, because Leon. I mean, they just released RE4 remake, and they usually don't. I mean, that's not true with Chris, but Chris is, the protagonist of the entire series, so I'm not surprised.
We'll know soon enough.
We'll know soon enough. We'll know in a month, but it's definitely doing it. I mean, it was also part of the Nvidia leaks, that happened a long time ago, where they announced something it was like 4 years worth of shit. I don't know how many years it was, but yeah, Resident Evil 9 was definitely in there, and there was some other Resident Evil game being announced too.
Probably another remake.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's probably some other remake. I mean, we heard rumors that they were gonna remake remake, which I don't know how I feel about that, because RE Remake is like a fucking incredible game. You should just play that game. But I also felt the same thing about 4 and whatever. So look, it's gonna make them money. They're gonna put it out. I'm gonna buy it. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yep. At this point, they've earned my good faith. They've got my trust. Let them do what they do, and I will be buying those remakes. But speaking of Nvidia leaks, we also got more rumors or more heavy hints that we getting a Final Fantasy 9 remake coming soon.
Yeah,
hopefully.
It's been rumored for so long now. It's about time that they finally show it. It's wild because I think they said we're gonna see that and more Kingdom Hearts shit in the next couple months. So I'm pretty sure we'll see that soon. We'll see both soon. Because literally everything on that leak list, especially from Square, came true. Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced. Tactics Ogre got the remake. Fucking Chrono Cross got the remaster too. I forgot about that. Like there was a lot of shit that seemingly, like, not obviously not just from Square, but all these devs, all these shits came true. Bro, the fact that Dragon's Dogma 2 was real is actually crazy if you actually go back and look at this leak list.
Yeah.
Like, so that's wild to me. Fucking the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD. Remember back then we were like, huh? Like, that's crazy.
Came out of nowhere, right? Like,
yeah. And then it was real. Like, so
I think it's safe to say that, I mean, not everything obviously on that list is probably going to go through, because some projects might get canceled or delayed or whatever, but like a lot of it's really fucking
The cool
I mean,
thing,
at this point, you can't dispute it. Like, a lot of it has been pretty on point.
the cool thing about FF9 though, that kind of lends more credence to it, is the dude that made the FF9, that mod that basically like remasters the whole shit. He like went dark and was like, and pretty much basically confirmed now, like already not the remake exists. But I wonder if he has something to do with it though. I wonder if they hit him up and was like, yeah, man, we're making this FF9 remake. We saw your work come through. I wonder what the deal is with that.
Maybe, man. You can't. He'd be under NDA, so he wouldn't be able to say anything, obviously, until they drop news. And then he could be like, "Hey, y'all, remember when I went dark? I was working on this." And that's the only time we'll get a confirmation of something like that, right?
Okay, no, it's a different person. FF9 remake is real, but there's no FF10 remake. I don't want an FF10 remake. Fuck that. Give me my FF9. Give me that shit.
We already had a FF10 remake, and that shit still holds up.
Damn, no, we didn't. What the hell?
No, we didn't. That's just like
that's a remaster.
Remaster. Excuse me. That was what I meant.
Yeah, that don't count. That's like saying FF8 got a remake. Ew.
It is past midnight and I'm hungry.
What the fuck?
God
dang. Oh yeah. Sorry. Before I forget. Since we were talking about all the Akuma stuff earlier, I forgot. Like, so for those of you interested, they dropped like a RE2 Akuma mod. So yeah, go check that out. If
oh no, we can't say that.
A little kid back in the day.
Capcom gonna come get us.
I mean,
hey man, I'm not part of the Capcom
Capcom
creator program, so
give a fuck.
Mod it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me without my mods. Fuck out of here.
Well, I'm just saying, like, especially when you were a kid and you had those EGMs thing of them teasing Akuma and thing. Since it's like Akuma week, I thought it would be prudent to kind of mix that up. Yeah. So, Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 9. I mean, for me, I don't have any like love for that one in particular, but it's yeah, man. It's hopefully it comes out. It's people enjoy it. All that jazz.
It's a fan favorite, so it makes sense for that to get a remake. Everyone talking about 8 and shit, like whatever, dude.
I wonder how they're gonna
most popular games.
I wonder how they're gonna handle the cartoony tone of the game.
I mean, to be fair, it's the art style isn't that cartoony if you actually like go back and look at it. Like the character models are a little like silly and stuff, but the art style is like a typical PS1 like ARPG.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't like that's the thing I never really understood about like people like naysayers is like the game doesn't look any different than any other like fantasy RPG. The only difference is that prior FF7s lended themselves more to like a little steampunk, I guess, kind of aesthetic, which they had like a mixture of the, you know, the realism and then the fantasy most of the time. But that's Final Fantasy 9 just looks like a normal JRPG. Dragon, like I don't know. I feel like they can just make it doesn't have to lean into like being like Dragon Quest, right? Like purely sell shit like Dragon Quest, but I feel like they have an opportunity to make something that looks pretty unique. So obviously, I do not want it to look like FF7 remake, bro. I don't want it to look like that because I feel like that's a waste.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's also like a whole. I mean, the game has a whole different tone to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like,
a waste of potential. Yeah. I don't know, man. So, FF9 was kind of fucked up, so we'll see.
Yeah, so
that was a fucked up game.
I never finished it.
Look, that's why I never understood like man, this game is just kiddie. I'm like, okay, you didn't play the game. Apparently I stopped right before shit like picked up or whatever, because that game was, especially first playing that game felt like such a slow burn when I was a kid, and I was just like, whoop, and then I just kind of lost interest. But man, I mean, I'm happy to see it go on and give it a second try, and you know, I know Shin, one of our homies, has been wanting me to play FF9 forever. I don't know, but I feel like anyone that hasn't played it, you must just wait for the remake. Yeah,
I mean, at this point, you know it's coming at some point soon. So
and then go back.
Looking forward to it, but hopefully, you know, they do simultaneous PC and PS5 release, since they decided to go more multi-platform.
Yeah, they have no reason not to.
Titles that'll do this.
Yeah, they have no reason not to going forward, especially after that announcement. They fucking better. The fuck. bro. It pains me to say that too, because I always be like, yeah, man, I would get a PS5 I would get a PS6 for this game. I don't want to buy no damn consoles for no damn games no more. Because you gotta think about it, right? I really, now that I think about it, how many console sellers does the PS5 have really? For not I'm not just me personally, but like in general. I feel like FF7 Remake would be like a console seller for a lot of people, right?
Spider-Man 2 probably.
FF16 would be a console seller for a lot of people, right? And those two games, I'm over here waiting for the PC release for the PC release. Like, so I don't know, man. I don't even want to play the FF16 DLC until the PC version comes out. So it's like good, man. I don't want to wait for the PC version because me personally, I already know I'm gonna double dip. I know I'm gonna buy it again. I don't want to buy shit twice. Fuck that. Like, damn.
Yeah, but I already know. You saying like I'm not gonna buy shit, and then when it gets
absolutely buy it.
You can't wait. Yeah, look, okay, 100%. So Despair has zero willpower when it comes to this. Like, if he needs to play a game, he's just gonna get it.
Oh yeah,
like,
there's no way. Like, I'm good. If I have the means to play it, there's no way in fuck I'm gonna wait. Yeah. The only reason I'm not gonna wait is if the performance is ass. Then I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait. Mm-hmm. So, well, other than that, they already said it, right? So they already said they want to pursue that multi-platform release, whatever. We'll see what that means.
They're gonna watch the sales for that game, and they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck didn't we do this earlier?"
Yeah, like everyone else. Like, who did that? Somebody did that. Was it Sega? Was it Capcom? I don't know who it was that had come out and said, "Oh, we're surprised at how well the PC version did." It was a few years ago. I forgot who it was.
Probably Capcom.
It was probably Capcom. No, I think it was Capcom because Capcom had always put out their games on PC, right?
Not at the same time.
I think it was Monster Hunter. I think when Monster Hunter World came out, I think that's what it was.
It was.
Yeah. Monster Hunter World was delayed on PC, right? It came out like a year later.
I think when Monster Hunter World came out, they were like, "Wow, we can't believe how many people went and bought this game, even after a lot of people double dip." I was like, "Duh!" Like, and that wasn't even like a year gap. That was like only a few months. I think Monster Hunter came out in like January, and then the PC version came out in 9 months. August.
It was like because I think it dropped when the expansion came out, right, or something like that, or close to.
Because the expansion came out. Was it?
I think it came out summer, and then the expansion was like September.
PC drop,
Yeah. So World came out in January of 2018 for a console. And
it was like a year.
PC got it August.
Yeah, and then Iceborne came out like in January again. I think the next year.
Iceborne was released.
It was the next year. I'm pretty sure.
2019 September, and then in January 2020 for PC.
PC, yeah. Okay, so yeah. That was so ew. That was so nasty. I hated that shit. I was like, man, I get the PC version. Oh wait, I gotta play the console version to play Iceborne. And at that point, I was like, nope, I'll just wait till January. Like,
man,
and I'm sure a lot of people did that. I'm sure a lot of people did the same thing.
Yeah, you know what got me annoyed was the freaking what's the company that made Stellar Blade? Shift Up? Is that them? Yeah, so they were saying like, oh yeah, we're considering releasing a PC. I'm like, bro, just stop playing with my fucking feelings, bro. And no,
they're gonna. I told you, they're going to release it on PC. That's just Sony on their shoulder telling them what to say. Like,
yeah,
I know. Like, I don't like that.
Because the game was originally supposed to come to PC until Sony stepped in. So Sony's just on their shoulder, on their left shoulder, like, just say this for PR, and like, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever. We know it's coming.
Whatever, bro. It's just annoying.
We know it's happening, bro. Like, come on. We don't live in that era anymore. Like 5 to 6 years ago, where we didn't know if a PC version was coming. It could never come.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm tired of all these companies, man.
Yeah,
I'm
now
tired
we
of
know
them.
for a fact.
I'm sick of this shit.
In the foot if there's no PC.
Just drop it, bro. They're shooting themselves in the foot. You're stupid if you don't release your shit on PC. There you go. To all game developers, release your shit on PC. Jesus, this is like not that complicated. You want money? Release it on PC.
Man, Microsoft want to buy Valve. Valve should be paying us for how much PC shit we be doing. The fuck?
I know, right? Jeez.
The PC-centric channel.
For real. Nah. Gaming-centric fucking channel.
Yeah.
When we
it just so happens.
Yeah. It just so happens the best place to play games is on PC. Stupids. Because people going to argue. People going to want to argue that. Like, get out of here. I want to hear none of your shit.
Yeah. And then there was also opinions that, like, oh, people blame Epic for the whole Square thing, but I think that's Square because it's Square's call. They took the money. They didn't have to.
Yeah, let's be real. There was a lot of situations where Square was just taking handouts from Sony, from Epic. Like,
So
if Microsoft came out and paid them, that shit would have been exclusive to Xbox. Actually, no, I don't think so.
No.
Because Xbox don't have no foot in Japan, so I don't think so.
Well, I felt like Microsoft tried, but I think Sony just gave them a better offer. They were like, we're not going to let these Microsoft
Square
people.
Square just learned from the 360 era about what happens when Microsoft just they'll give you an exclusive and then they'll just forget about you later on. So that's why all this stuff about Microsoft closing studios, all this other shit, it's not even a surprise to me because they've done this before. They burned us before. People just forgot. So they ain't getting me. Fucking close down my high foot. Tango, man, my Tango, bro. I like their shit. Man, I don't want to bring it back to that, but I like their shit, bro. Fucking Ghostwire Tokyo was dope. Evil Within 1 and 2, dope. Hi-Fi Rush, we don't even got to talk about that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, all that for them to
that's crazy.
Try to buy out fucking Valve, yeah.
And all those games I just mentioned, outside of the Evil Within, obviously Evil Within is heavily inspired by Resident Evil, but Ghostwire Tokyo was a pretty unique game. Hi-Fi Rush, very unique game. They were making games that weren't like run-of-the-mill just bullshit. Yeah, so that's a shame, man.
Yeah.
Out of all the studios to lose, that's a rough one.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy 9, I mean, it'll probably get announced at some point. I think it won't get announced till, what do you think?
I think it'll be announced before the end of this year. I'm pretty sure it'll be announced before the end of this year. If not,
Game Awards,
next month.
You think?
I think maybe.
Fest.
Could be Game Awards, but it might be next month.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, whatever. But I mean, looking forward to it.
I'm not a fan. The only I want it because Final Fantasy 9 is one of my favorite games of all time.
I'd rather have Tactics, to be honest with you.
I mean, we're getting that already. That was already in the league.
But I mean, what are you getting first? Is I guess my question.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think that matters. We're getting both. Like, I don't understand like the business part of this when you already have FF7, the last part of FF7 Remake still looming. So I'm just wondering like why even put that out in the air? Like why is that even a thing now before you finish that? You know what I mean? Like because obviously they're working on that. Okay, the rumor is true, but I'm gonna just assume that it's not. Like for the conversation, right? I'm just gonna assume. Let's say the rumor is not true, and they're working on FF9. They're working on FF7 Remake Part 3. They're probably working on FF17, right? Final Fantasy 14 is still like we have an expansion dropping next month. What are they doing? Dragon Quest 12, right? So what the fuck are they doing? Like, what is this? It seems like a lot for me. And I'm one of those people where the reason I love Final Fantasy is because it's an event whenever one comes out, right? It takes like maybe 4, 5, 6 years for Final Fantasy to come out, and it's an event whenever they come out. And you're hype, you play it for like 80, 90, over 100 hours, and you wait for the next one, right? You're like, okay, I have my Final Fantasy fix. I'll wait for the next one to come out 5 years from now. Obviously, not everyone wants to wait 5 years for a game, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to get burnt out of Final Fantasy. I don't want to get burnt out of my favorite series of games, bro. I don't want that. So I don't know. There's too much. There's such thing as too much of a good thing. And I hope that they don't just fucking flood the market with FF games, bro. I don't want that.
Well, Despair, I might have the solution for you, brother. I might need you to wait for them PC port.
Nah. I mean, but even so, even if you wait, they're still in existence. There's still gonna be 5 Final Fantasy fucking games out at the same time. Like, I'm still surprised they got out fucking 16, 7 Remake Part 2, and this Dawn Trail coming out next month in a matter of a year. That's all in a year.
That's
what?
Crazy.
Plus 16
That's
DLC, and then a PC release coming. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, man, they going crazy.
You don't feel like they're spreading themselves a little too thin, even with those? I feel
we'll
like
know.
It's a lot.
We'll know in a couple of years. We'll know in a couple of years when either the quality starts dipping, or they start saying, "Oh man, you're not making it," you know, we're gonna have that round table. We're gonna have those tweets come out about how, oh man, this fiscal year we're fucking down this much, blah blah blah, like whatever. We'll see. I don't know, because at first I was like, okay, they're selling off these Western studios, right? These more Western studios like IDOS and Crystal Dynamics and whoever the fuck else, right? Because they want to focus more on their IPs and their the stuff that they're good at, right? But I don't think that means you should be releasing 50 million fucking games.
Wait,
right?
Don't they have the Mana games drop in too?
Yeah. This summer. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, it sounds weird because look, I want them, but there have been series that I love that I've just gotten burnt out on, and I just don't want that to happen with this one.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It looks like they're just kind of
like.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they announced these games, but we do know how Square is. They're not gonna fucking come out they're not gonna come out anytime fucking soon. So whatever. Maybe they can release 2 or 3 Final Fantasy games in a year and then wait 4 or 5 years. Like, maybe they can do that. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. What we got next, Freak?
What we got next is, we already touched on Stellar Blade PC port stuff, so let's move on to Black Myth Wukong. They released some new footage regarding that, and they dropped a new trailer, and it's looking more and more like it's a real boy, right? Like we're getting a real game coming out here soon, and it's looking really good. I don't know,
man. The game looks godlike.
The details that they shared, they think they said like 160 enemy types.
That's crazy.
Hold on, I'll give the rundown of the things that they said that it will have new game plus at launch, multiple ending, around 160
Isn't it so
enemy
weird
types,
to hear
80
new
bosses
game plus at launch as a marketing thing though? That's weird.
Right?
Because it's always a problem. Games don't fucking have them, and then they always
it's just very weird that's a marketing. That's a marketing term now. They just thought that out now. That's wow. Anyway, continue.
I mean, because a lot of games,
very strange.
It's really strange because a lot of games have released without the idea or the ability to have a new game plus at launch, right? Like it's so like Spider-Man 2 didn't have new game plus at launch. God of War didn't have new game plus at launch, right? Like a lot of these PlayStation titles didn't have new game plus at launch. It was something they patched in later, obviously, but it's like, why? But yeah, I mean, anyway, 80 plus bosses, and then they said it's slightly easier than a Souls game.
Who cares?
I like that little.
Easier so they had to add that.
I like how they added that.
Like, yeah, they have to, because you know how people are. Like the game was marketed as one of those games, so they have to say that. Like, now I think it's bullshit. I think that's bullshit though, because I have a feeling that game's gonna come out. It's gonna beat people's asses. So I think that's straight up bullshit. Because I forgot what game. There was another game that they were like, people were saying it's slightly easier than Souls games, and Elden Ring. It was Elden Ring. Everybody was like, yeah. They were like, yeah, this is gonna be. It's not gonna be as hard as a typical Souls game. And then that game came out and just fucked everybody up. People were quitting in the first hour. So I think that's bullshit. That game's probably gonna fuck people up.
I mean, I would love it if they were just duping people like that. Yeah, it's gonna be easier, and then robe them in a sense of false security. The master of the art did it, so why can't they? Like, I mean, look, if this game is everything that those details announced, I mean, this looks like to be a fucking game, and you know.
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer. I'm not watching any more trailers.
I'm definitely. Yeah, I don't need to know anything more about the game. I just need the game to drop. But if it's everything matches, this is reminding me of like. This could be a huge opportunity for Chinese developers, especially this one in particular, just to take over the gaming sphere. Because if this game is as hot as it's sounding, which I don't know, I mean we'll see, but that's incredible, and it'll definitely like, and if Ubisoft is confused, I'd be like, see, this is how you do a game,
Ubisoft, damn.
Well, they're just the one company that I think about because when we saw this game, we were like, is this shit real? I don't know. The shit, you know what I mean? Like there was just a lot to doubt because the game looked too good. It looked like, you know, it looked like they just made a movie or whatever, and they're pretending to be a game.
A billion times.
Yeah.
And was like, wow, I need this game. I pulled that shit up. Somebody, you know, it's fine. I remember I was streaming. Someone was like, yo, did you see that shit? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I pulled the shit up. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, nah, like that game looks fucking great. And I hope it's everything that it looks like you said. I hope that it lives up to the hype, man, because that's one of the most anticipated games, like, for me over the past, like, 5 years, 10 years, maybe. Outside of Elden Ring, like, that was like a good second.
And then, you know, we got scared because we didn't actually hear about this game for a while, right? It got announced and then it was like 3 or 4 years later, right? Or something like that. And then now we're hearing about it
glad,
again, right?
Because this is like it's not really a renaissance, but this is definitely like a, I don't know how to word it, but we have a lot of like Asian developers again, bro. Whether it's not, we got Sony closing up Japanese studios, Microsoft closing up Japanese studios, but we got Korean devs, we got Shift Up, right? We got fucking I forgot what's the devs for these. Yeah, a lot of Chinese dev. Like, come on, man. Like, and obviously Capcom, Japanese devs still fucking flying high. Capcom, Square, fucking, you know, Sega, to an extent. Like, they still out here putting in work. So I don't know, man. These Western devs gonna have to start stepping shit up. Stop fucking trying to make fucking, you know, controversial fucking, I don't know. Stop trying to be, I hate using the word because I'm not one of those guys, but the whole woke shit, bro, like just make good games, bro.
Yeah.
And people
make good games, good story, good characters, good gameplay. People will come. Yeah.
Make good games.
I think one of the things that when we saw this trailer, it's like a lot of it's like 3 games that I could think of off the top of my head. There's probably more than that, but this game, Stellar Blade, Phantom Blade Zero, it's like these amazing looking games from unknown, unheard of devs, and it's like, are these games going to be real? I mean, we've seen that it's real with Stellar Blade. This is looking more and more real to the day. This really looked like it was out there, not going to be real at all, but it's absolutely looking like it's going to be a fucking
Lost Soul aside, I keep forgetting that game's name.
Yes.
Like,
and
that game actually exists.
What was that other game? It's another one that's it's not, probably doesn't fit in the same vein, but I see it as one of those games that just, it looks absolutely outrageous. It's the game from God, it's from the dungeon fighters, but it's the single player kind of Souls-like game. What is it called again?
Yeah, the Berserker game.
Yeah, Berserker game. Yeah.
Yeah, but that game looks real. Like, that game looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I said. That one's a little bit different, but it's kind of like, you know, it's hitting the same kind of vibe as these single player action adventure experiences. But these look crazy. I'm just glad this is showing more and more that this is real, because it looks absolutely crazy. And we'll see how Phantom Blade Zero looks too, because that looks super sick.
Oh no, man. I just need to have this game like on my PC right now, because I don't even, my PC might blow up. The fuck?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was kind of thinking about that in my head. I was like, it's releasing August. It's gonna be 100 degrees. My computer is already, you know what I'm saying? I'm
like,
like,
he'd be fucking sweltering.
Bro, I'd be dying. I die for you viewers out there. I'm just letting you know right now. But I die for y'all. But no, real talk.
No trailers. That's one of those games, man. Like, I'm treat like Elden Ring. Like, I'm not watching anything. I don't want to know shit. I'm gonna go into Stellar Blade. Same thing. I'm not watching nothing. I want to go into that shit. Just be wild. And I'm fucking hyped.
And it's cool because, you know, like Journey to the West is like, you know, Dragon Ball's based off that, and this is like the original shit. And I don't know much about.
Means a lot for them. If you think about it, culturally, this means a lot for them. So this game has to be good for them. You know what I mean? Not just because
you're making a statement, but you're making a statement on the gaming world with this game.
Exactly.
You know, so
because you got to think about it, right? There's not a lot of there's a lot of movies, right? But there's not a lot of games that delve into like Chinese lore and stuff like that, right? So if this comes out, they have a lot. Look, there's a lot of weight people don't think about it, but there's a lot of weight on these guys, right? Because this could be the beginning of an era. Because Japanese culture kind of ran gaming for a long time, right? We don't really see a lot of Chinese lore, Chinese like themes and stuff like that. Dragon Ball doesn't count. That's still like, that's someone else's perspective, right? This is a Chinese dev making a Chinese like themed game, right? They had to succeed on this, bro. If they don't, I'd feel bad. But look, the game looks great. So everything is pointing to it being great. So we'll see. The one thing I do like though is that it does seem like they know that they have a lot to prove, which is why when they went dark for that couple of years, I was like, and then they came back, bro. When they came back with that trailer again, they were like, yeah, we're here, we're still here. You guys forgot, you thought we were fake, like, because that last trailer they showed, that was the last. That shit was great. That shit was amazing, like. And it didn't look worse than the first one. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't look like a Ubisoft downgrade, right? So, I don't know, man. This shit might be fucking game of the decade or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the game has continued to look better from trailer and footage. It's no Puddlegate, none of those type of things happening with it. So,
which is silly, but you know,
it is silly, but at the same time, like it's anything. It's good news, I guess, right? Like you know, like no controversy means good news so far, right? So let's
people are gonna find something.
They're gonna find something when the game drops, right? Whenever the game drops, people are gonna be like, this game is trash.
Oh no, we're gonna get the announcement. It's like, man, this game is so hard. Why can't you make it easy mode?
Oh, damn.
Go back to
Warzone.
I'm going back to Dark Souls 3.
Go back to Warzone.
Damn.
Gundam skins. Yeah. But all the interesting stuff and wait and see when it releases. What I want to wait and see is you guys hitting that subscribe, hitting that like. Keep on listening, keep on tuning in. We'll keep coming back and hitting you with the latest and greatest gaming news and stuff of today. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, iTunes. We are everywhere. TikTok. Check it out. Listen, rewatch, like clips, comment. Disparable.
Comment. We definitely respond.
Such a good job of not thinking about this game, and you just brought it up. Like, excellent. I completely forgot.
It's the news, my guy.
It was news this week.
Damn it! I purposely avoided this game.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check you out next week.
Later. Damn, bro. Fuck.